the sound of our city. 94.7 The Pulse, the heartbeat of Geelong. Hey!
12 minutes past 12 here on Opportunity Knocks, and we're hovering on 12 degrees here in the central Geelong, looking for a top today of 15. Now, jobs and training. There's all kinds of jobs in the world, and one of the jobs we'd all like, I'm sure, is making movies. But there's a Geelong guy we've got on the line right now, Rob Baard, who's actually achieved that. He's gone through the long haul it takes to actually write and finance a movie, and he's got it up. The premiere of his short film, The Ninja, is just this week. Congratulations, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah, a long haul for you?
Long haul, and continues to be a long haul. I mean, The Ninja Infinite Ways is a 10-minute short film that goes along with the book I've just written, and they're kind of a lead into the feature film. So, yeah.
Well, how long's this process taken you, say, from the first time you're sitting at the kitchen table thinking, I'm going to do this, to
For
today?
The Ninja.
Hey?
For The Ninja.
Yeah.
I wrote that in 2007. In 2008, attached the cast and crew. In 2009, our international sales agent and all the business and legal sort of elements. And in 2010-11, we were working on the last of the finance. And where we are now is, waiting for the last of the finance and things to close. But while we do that, we all sort of said to ourselves around the end of last year, okay, well, while we wait, the mission statement of these films is what's pretty significant. It's not about, getting into the movie industry just to try and be famous or to say, hey, I want to do this. These films have a specific purpose, and the purpose is to teach people to evolve and to understand aspects of themselves. And my kind of mandate is to do that through film and through teaching ninjutsu. So what I've done is I've rolled both my sort of passions together of filmmaking and ninjutsu into the one kind of piece, and using film as a way to get that out to a mass audience. So trying to bring back things like integrity, honesty, selflessness, helping others, and all those sorts of role model things.
Fantastic, Rob. It's sort of the anti-Hollywood approach.
Yeah, I guess. It's probably a little bit different to how most people might try and do these sort of things. Well, the industry, like any industry, it revolves around sellable items and those sort of things. So when people always come to me and say, I want to work in the film industry, how can I get there and what can I do and this sort of stuff. And it comes back to, realising why you want to do it. You've got to have that purpose and you've got to have that understanding of what you're doing in life. Otherwise, you'll be running around and trying to get in everything. And I always say to people, don't try and get in everything. Try and get in good things, and good things that mean something.
And mean something to you, I guess, because when the going gets tough and you're up to your knees in mud, if you really believe in what you're doing, you'll keep going. Exactly,
and this sort of industry especially, it's one of the very few industries. I mean, people can look at a doctor and a lawyer and all the other things you can study and, get assistance for with TAFE and these sorts of things, and accept that it takes 7 or 8 years to be able to get into those professions, or if they're specialising anywhere up to their 30s before they become surgeons and those sort of things. But the film industry, people will look at it and, there's not much around in terms of support or realisation that these things can take, training-wise, up to 7 to 10 years.
Yeah, your own journey, Rob. What sort of technical background have you got? Did you have like a traditional sort of training in the industry, or did you have a sort of a different path?
Nothing I've done is traditional. I'll say it that way. When I was 18, I was very lucky. I began working at Village Cinemas in Geelong.
Yep.
Began there as a trainee and worked my way up as a manager. During that time, in my spare time, we were writing and making films. I was producing stunt shows, which we actually closed Ryrie Street in 2004 and did the Spider-Man 2 stunt show, the premiere and that sort of stuff, and travelled around Australia. So, again, I kind of rolled into my cinema work. I look at my cinema days and say that's where I learnt the business side of things. That's where I learnt the budgeting and all the...
realism, the realistic side.
Yeah, that was my business sort of training there, and that was from an exhibition sort of element, which is one of the great advantages that I've got. Of most people from film production, you're on the other side of the camera, and you're not really getting to see what the audiences are wanting and what's selling and what's not selling. So where I was lucky working in exhibition was being on the front line and seeing people come out, seeing what they're enjoying, elements they weren't enjoying, what makes a movie a success, what makes a movie not a success. So, and I was there for 12 years, so there was a fair bit of time there.
Because it is that you're right, Rob. That's an essential thing. What the great unwashed public out there, or this what we get out of movies is probably It's quite surprising to a filmmaker who might make a movie with their own intentions to it, but if it's not what the people want, it'll just die, won't it?
Exactly, and it won't even get going if it's not what the people want, because you've got to get these things to international sales agents. You've got to get, and these are all part of the financing element with pre-sales and qualifying for things like offsets and tax rebates and things. People aren't going to look and say, "Wow, that's great. That's the film you want to make," but is this going to sell? Because at the end of the day, when people are investing in these sorts of things too, they've got to get their return. So that's not about giving up your, betraying what you're trying to do. You've got to do what you're trying to do, but then realise the genre that you want to put in and where it will actually work best.
Yeah, so The Ninja Infinite Ways. This is, as you said, a 10-minute short film. You're actually having a premiere of it this week. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we shot that. We were very lucky. We did a prelude to the Ninja movie in 2010. That was a 25-minute short film, and that was to show that we could put a story together and some characters on minimal dollars. We shot that one on $300, and we had helicopters in it, cars getting shot up, and blew people away.
How do you get a helicopter on $300? You'll
have to take a look at the film, mate, and just trust that I must be an okay producer if we can do those sort of elements. But,
yeah.
There's a few visual effects in there with shoot-ups and things like that too, which have fooled a lot of people. So back in 2010, we played that for some distributors in Melbourne, and the response was really good. So from there till now, one of the things we realised with Infinite Ways was that what I wanted to do was show all the inner elements of what happens with ninjutsu. I'm actually a licensed ninjutsu Shidoshiho teacher through Japan. All of my credentials and everything are all certified and verified and the rest of it. So we're not just making a film of, okay, this guy wants to make a ninja movie.
You actually, you appear in the movie too. I'll let listeners know, don't you?
I do appear in the movie. I actually produced, direct and wrote it, and I'm starring in it as well. But yeah, when you look at my credentials there, and a lot of people in the beginning were like, who's this guy and what's he doing? Well, I'm a certified teacher through Japan, through the Grand Master of Ninjutsu. I'm a IBDA Ninja Weapons Specialist, advanced level. I'm a World Council member on IBDA. The last year and a half, I've become a Kujin Master, which is all energy studies, a Kundalini Reiki Master and a Usui Reiki Master, and I'm also a certified Martial Arts Alliance instructor. So,
what do you do in your spare time?
Well, when I get some, I'll let you know. So a lot of my time, look, the evenings and stuff are really spent around teaching and training and those sort of things, and the days are spent around film and consulting and doing the elements there. So when it came to Infinite Ways, what I wanted to do was show this inner stuff and all the authentic things, because there's a big misconception about what ninjutsu actually is out in the public. So with Infinite Ways, we get to show that, and it leads into the book that I've written as well. We kind of touch on all the inner elements that go on during an encounter, dealing with energy and dealing with presence and all these sorts of things that a normal practitioner wouldn't know. So we do that, and then the book goes deeper into it. So people can hopefully look at the short film and go, wow, I want to see more of this. I can't wait for the feature film. Where can I learn this stuff? So then they can come to the book. And I've listed my teachers and everything in the book as well, so they can go to the source of where I did my training and stuff. So
you did say this was a prelude maybe to a full-length movie?
Yeah, the feature film, The Ninja He Will Rise, was the one that I wrote in 2007, and that's the feature film that we're getting underway. And in the meantime, while we finalise the last that finance, we've sort of said, well, we're going to get these hero, inspirational role model character out there now, and doing that through Infinite Ways.
A very, very big project, Rob, and hats off to you.
Thank you. Look, I've been very lucky. I've had a lot of support and really great people. I couldn't have done Infinite Ways would not have been possible. We got a little bit of finance, $1,000 from Virgin Garden Organic Tea through Ian Morris. And without them, the short film wouldn't happen. Without Johnny Balaz and Marlene Gemmed and Mike Dimitriou's visual effects. And, I've had a great support during this. And, without these sort of people, none of that would have happened. And it was good looking at our financer as well. When they came on board, we wanted like-minded people, and I try and only surround myself with
positive
people whose intentions and they're in the right kind of mindset. And, I mean, Virgin Garden Organic Tea, when we spoke with them, they do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that people wouldn't know. They built 150 houses for people, 100 units. They built a preschool, childcare centre. They built a medical centre, 3 playgrounds and all this sort of stuff. So when I saw that, it was just like a perfect fit for what we're doing with the feature films and stuff too.
Okay, Rob, I was just going to say on just before we leave you here, because we've got to move on with the show, for budding young filmmakers listening to this now, or even adults who are thinking to do it, what would be, in a couple of sentences, what would be your advice?
Learn the business. Learn how it works.
Okay, just anyway, just volunteer, whatever.
Yeah. They'll have to do it. Unfortunately, the free work and stuff you have to do. You've got to get experience to be in the film industry, but unfortunately no one will employ you until you've got experience. So it's a catch-22. Get out there, make it happen. Don't. Some people dream about success, others make it happen.
Yep.
Go and make it happen.
Go and make your own luck.
Exactly.
Thanks very much, Rob.
Thank you very much.
And all the best with it. I'll try. You've got a premiere this week just for the press.
The cast, crew and the press, and then after that we'll making it live online so the public can see it after that.
Beautiful, and thanks for your time today, Rob.
Thank you.
Bye.